everybody, welcome back to another SkippyJones video. Today we are back on the single player survival world, and Skippy's town, although we still don't actually have a name for Tumblewool's town here that we are actually in. So yeah, I'm gonna start working on some things and like some names, and then hopefully I will have one ready by next time. But we got quite a packed episode today, so we are just, oh wait, I don't have my armor on. Okay, that was almost bad. Okay, quite a packed episode though today, so we are going to get right into it. To start off, I want to talk about some things I've been working on between episodes. So first off, I was finally able to get some progress done on the terraforming down here, so you don't just see straight into it anymore. Not fully done, I still got to bring the gradient down a bit more, and then yeah, but I decided that I'm actually going to try and achieve a like gradient here where like it looks like it goes deeper. I don't think it's going to be the most effective because I'm not doing enough layers of glass and stuff, but honestly right now one of my basic caps has been the wool. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on this between episodes as well, and then I'm hoping to actually bring this kind of same effect outside of the wall right out here. So like right about here, I'm hoping to also do that, but we're gonna see what happens because that would mean making the walls bigger and everything. So anyways, I also ow. Okay, thanks wings. Anyways, I also actually added a new pillar to the wall up here. I realized that when you're viewing it from over here, you know, the platform that's kind of meant to be our whole like view area for everything, it seemed really empty right here. Partially because there's no builds over there yet, but also because it just felt like the wall didn't matter because there was this huge empty area where you could just kind of walk in, and I think this really helps to do that. I haven't fully built it up yet, so like it's just one block wide right now. But I'm going to be working on that as well. I did get that added. Then I also went ahead and I believe it's mainly just terraforming and that. So yeah. And then I've gotten ahead and gotten started on the storage system, although we are going to be talking about this a bit more and finishing it up today. And I'm going to be showing you guys in a separate world how exactly this works. So yeah, it's pretty simple though. Design's been used by a lot of people, so we are going to be doing that. But first, I realized something that you might have noticed while we were up here, and I'll just fly up. You can actually see the creeper farm from the top of the towers. And given that this build is supposed to go taller than this, I realized that means we need to cover this up. So I have been working on a design, and I'll explain this box that's around it in just a second, but I've been working on a design, and I've gotten all of the materials collected. Believe me, we're a lot. This is pretty much like everything I needed to almost an exact amount, and it's a lot, guys. I've been doing a lot of collecting, you know, kind of like I had to do with the castle. For this, I'm actually going to be using the Litematica mod, which I've mentioned before, but I haven't actually talked about much. The Litematica mod, if you don't know what it is, I highly suggest you look into it a bit more than what I'm about to talk about. But it's effectively something where you can build anything, so like farms, builds, whatever, in another world, and then you can use this to kind of lay out the build so you don't have to guess on what blocks they are. I try not to use it for small builds, so like all the little houses and buildings or the tavern and stuff in town I didn't use this for, but I did use it for the castle. It's a very big build, and if you mess that up, it normally means you have to fix more than just where you messed up, but a lot of things throughout it. So I use this to kind of lay it out in creative, and then I can go up and go through this. If I go into the config menu here, I can actually switch this to just do whole thing. So this is what our build's gonna look like once it's done, except, you know, it'll have shading and everything inside of it. I have it slightly transparent. This way we will not have to see the creeper farm from over there, and then I will add in the actual island aspect of this more than the dirt another time. But yeah, I'll be using Litematica for the build today. Anyways, we are actually just gonna hop like right in the time lapse here because we got a lot to do today, not a lot of time. And I just want to get this built done because I'm excited to see it done. So I hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse, and I will see you guys later. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that time lapse of our fantastic build here. I'm gonna just get a little bit farther so we can talk about it a bit more. So I really like how this build came out overall. I think right now it looks kind of weird because I don't have that bottom island done yet, but I think once I get that in, it's gonna look great. I haven't done the interior of it yet, so yeah, I'm gonna do this probably between episodes or something. Everything, I don't need anything fancy. I want to do some kind of bedroom in here for when I'm AFKing, and then I'll just kind of try and make it look nice. But I'd like to work on the interior of the castle over there first, just to kind of show the inside a bit more real quick. I need to kind of like cut off the roofs a bit more and everything, because right now you just kind of see the inside, everything. And I haven't changed like the blocks of this or done anything around it yet. So yeah, I will say one thing that building this has been great for has been gunpowder. I would just keep on, like, I just kept on killing the creepers as we went on. So that was helpful for getting some more gunpowder up, because I am going through fireworks like crazy, guys. Anyways, we are going to be moving on to the storage system now. I am going to be hopping into a creative world to show you guys exactly how this works, because we're working in a pretty confined space over here. So it's a little bit harder for me to show here, in even if if I built it on camera here, it'd just be kind of hard to show. So we are going to hop over to creative world to do it, and then I'm going to get this stuff laid out because we've got a lot of chests and a lot of things to put in. I will say real quick, so the plan is to have the items sorted all the way up here. Then this right here will be our overflow, so these won't have a sorter on them. They'll just be for everything that doesn't go into any of these hoppers once the sorters get put in, which I don't even think I have all of them decided yet, but it should work fine. All right, guys, so we are over here in the Minecraft creative world that I generally practice my builds in, although that is not what we're here to talk about. We're going to talk about how I do a redstone sorter, and this is the same design that I will be using in the single player world, with one minor change. Is on the single player world I have a third line of chests. It's not hard to do. If you want to add more chests to this, you just keep on adding chests on the bottom with hoppers. So not hard, it doesn't change redstone at all. Right here I have a working module that I just did off camera real quick. You can kind of see what the finished product will look like. And then to show you guys how to build this, I'm just going to be doing it right over here on a second module. The setup I've done is just 5 chests with 2 lines, hoppers on the backs of those, and then 1 line of hoppers above that. And then yeah, you're going to want to place these. So you're going to start off by doing a line of blocks with a space between that and the hopper. You're going to do redstone torches along all of that. Then you are going to do a line of smooth stone blocks above that with comparators facing like this, with the 2 torch towards the hopper, effectively, so facing away from the hopper, I think is how that would be said. Then you're going to do 2 blocks off of that, repeaters on below that second block where you should have a space. Do redstone all along here. And you're going to do this with redstone, another line of blocks on the ground, redstone on top of all of that as well. And that is pretty much all the redstone you need. Now when it comes to setting up the sorter, that real quick, when it comes to setting up sorter, you're going to need a sorting item. This will be something that you can't put into your sorting system. For this, I'll just be using sticks. In the survival world, I've used sticks, but renamed them to sorter. If I want to put sticks as one of the items in my sorter, I can. It won't clog up. Then you're just going to need 5. You're going to need a stack of items for whatever you're setting up the sorter for. So we're going to just get 5 stacks of different items. You're going to go into this top one where the water will be. You're going to do a stack of items and then do the rest with your sorter item. So pretty simple. You're going to do that for everything. And the important thing is you need at least a stack of whatever you want to sort, because it is going to stop at 41. So like this has stop at 41. And the last 22 will be down here. This is, I ran a test before this, so I got a few extra in here, but I can show you how that works with here. We're just going to grab each of these items, or we'll just grab some of them, not a big deal. Then we're going to do this, and that will start splitting them out. They'll get picked up by the hopper. And for the dispensing method, you might just have to play around with getting it on your own, as to fit whatever space you're working with. For this, I just have a hopper from the chest go into a dispenser, which goes right onto the water, which I can show up here. You can see some blocks jump out. So dispenser onto water with a observer clock going into that, so it does that. Not complicated, same setup I'm using in the survival world though. Yeah, that is how you build a basic sorter. If you need anything more complicated than that, then you're just gonna probably want to go and view tutorial on YouTube that isn't combined with a survival episode. So yeah, now back over to the survival so I can go ahead and build this up in that world. Thanks guys. All right guys, so we are back in the single player survival world. I think for this I'm just going to go ahead and get this done off camera and then come back to you guys once I have it done, so I can show it off, because I'm working with a much tighter space than I am with most of my builds, so time lapse doesn't really work well here. Plus it is actively just the same thing over and over again, so it's going to be a lot more boring and tedious. So I'm going to get this done real quick and then I'll come back with you guys once I have this all done, or at least as much as I can. Because one thing that I haven't really pointed out is this is taking a lot of chests. I don't know exactly how many. I will do the math and hopefully put it on screen right here. But still, it is going to take a lot of chests, which is a lot of wood. And I don't exactly have that much wood quite yet. So I might just have to settle for what I can for now, which hopefully will be at least a wall here, because I have been working on getting some chests together. Just don't know if it'll be the full thing. We'll have to look. So yeah, I'm gonna get this done guys, and then I'll come back to you guys once it is finished. All right guys, so I have gone ahead and gotten that storage system put in, and I gotta say it definitely didn't take as long as I thought it was going to, because like once you got it down it goes pretty quick. But the hardest part for me was choosing which blocks. I got to here and like confidently knew which blocks I wanted to put in, or items, and then all of these I had to think about, and I was like, okay, yeah, these are all things that I'd like to build up a surplus of, so we might as well. So yeah, anyways, I kind of just chose the blocks that either I knew I already had a bulk of, like the stone over here I did 3 chests of, because I get a lot of this. I have a lot of it around, and I didn't want to worry about it either clogging up the machine or just going into overflow because I didn't have enough space. And then I have all the main blocks that go into our primary gradient here and over at the creeper farm chosen, and just other things that I tend to build up a lot of. So yeah, I like how it's looking so far. I think I gotta put some work in for kind of making it look a little nicer than just the stone brick, along with actually getting the stone brick put in over here. But overall, like I said, I did the explanation, so I'm not gonna talk about how it works. Go back to that part of the video if you missed it. This is all in. Like I said, it's pretty much the same thing over and over again. I do have little sections of 3 at the corners, which I put like rockets, and I put this stuff, irons here, then I got sugarcane up here, and then I also have rockets and food because I want to get as much of those like built up as I can. So yeah, I will say that now that I've kind of looked at it a bit more, having the 3 hull might have been unnecessary for me, because I don't know how much I'm actually collecting and not using right away for a lot of these. But overall, I really like how it came out. And that is actually going to be the end of the video for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.